Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell, and I'm actually going to talk about Exitus Elite. I've been doing a lot of training videos lately. I've been using my tablet, and I've really been enjoying that. Not having to do all the editing and everything on the laptop, and I am actually got this set right in front of the laptop, so this is what it looks like when I'm doing videos on my laptop as well. Pretty much, y'all. That's me in the background. This is normally the platform I'm actually using usually. The layout itself, and I've got $2,000 commissions scrolling up. Usually I have something going on in the background showing 1,000, 2,000 or something like that in the process. Now, I've been doing some training lately and really enjoying it. I'm going to continue doing so, and I might even do one right after this one. But really what I wanted to do now is talk about Exitus Elite, only Exitus Elite, because the training videos I have been doing is training for any kind of business. So what makes Exitus Elite great in 2025? I'm going to break that down for you. The money ratio compared to other companies, y'all. And that, to me, that's a really big part. Because if you're going to join a business, you want that ratio of money to come in that's going to make life-changing income. Nobody got in business to make $10, to be honest. So when you're looking at $1,000, $2,000 commissions as being the average commission, that's where life-changing income comes from. If you want to make $7,000, which back in 2015, that was my first goal. I got a refrigerator right on the other side of that TV. And I had put a goal up there. It said $7,500 or $7,500 was my first goal. And it's because I'd never made money like that before. Working in a restaurant business, I wasn't broke as a general manager, but at the same time, I never made real big money. And so that was my first goal itself. So to have a business that was $33, which is the first business I did, to try to make $7,000 or plus, it would take a lot of people, an awful lot of people, basically an army of people, right? So getting away from that and going into another business, I was number one in the world when I left that business. So how weird that must have been for everybody to see the number one guy leave. But you got to understand, y'all, the wrong business done right is still the wrong business. So I learned everything I need to learn from. I got the leads, stuff like that. It was a good ground for growing up and, maturing. But when I got into a business where it was really true life-changing income, that's when everything changed. Now, the reason I say the money ratios compared to other businesses, we got a 100, a 250, a 500, a 1,000, and $2,000 inside of it's called a G100 through the G2000, right? G2000's only been around maybe about 3 years or maybe a little bit longer than that. So that's pretty awesome. But for a long time, we only had the G1000 being the highest ratio. And so I would have people constantly coming in, and it only cost $299, and that's all they had to pay for the admin fee. Now, what is the admin fee? It means it's the only money that Exitus Elite ever makes, and that controls all the emails going out, any kind of upgrades to the system itself, all the support itself, talking to Paul Stevenson, all that stuff, y'all, is grandfathered in or put under this umbrella for $299. We used to have to pay $299 a year. I was so proud of the business that I would actually do videos and show me sending out the $299 every year paying for it because it was ridiculous. When I was averaging $10,000, $12,000, $13,000 up to $30,000, $40,000 months inside this business, and the G2000 didn't even exist yet, that was just $1,000 levels. Do you think I would have cared at all about paying the $299? To me, it was just a no-brainer. So compare this to other businesses, and I do use other businesses, y'all. I use Power systems so I can make my own capture page, sales pages, things of that nature, y'all, so people can connect with me, team sales pages, all my training, my 3-generation bonus rate, all this stuff right here that I'm adding up to make difference why people would want to join me compared to other people. And that's things I teach you to do as well, make yourself stand out. The commissions were still never anywhere close to it. And I made good money. I had over 1,000 people that had joined me in Power Lead Systems. I don't know how many absolute set number, but I know one time I counted over 1,000 just by the pages itself, and I quit when I reached 1,000. But you got to realize, y'all, that was only $20 a month for every commission that I made off of that, and I was paying $53 a month for the gold, and I had upgraded to a couple things. But y'all, even when you go to the highest level, which the most money you can make is $1,500 inside of Power Lead Systems, it was way more than paying for the $299 or the $399, which is the G2000. And this is, it's just not the same kind of ratio, to be honest. So to me, it is more than fair I mean, you got to realize if you pay $299, it's only one time. There's no monthly fees, no nothing else to go with it. It's all the money that Exitus Elite makes, that Paul Stevenson makes in Exitus Elite, and you only pay $299 one time, and you make $1,000 commission. That one time is going to take care of forever. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that to me is more than fair. The amount of work, the amount of effort, the amount of honestly just managing that Paul Stevenson does makes it one of the best ratios. Now, the G2000 is where most of my money comes from. Matter of fact, I did a count. It's been about a year ago now, if I had to guess. And the last 30 people that came in, 23 of them came in at the $2,000 level. I had 4 that came in at the $1,000 level. So it gives you some idea of where the ratios are at with people going big in their business. But I influence people to go big. I put the first member in for them at the G1000 and G2000. Plus, it's only $399. So it's better than $299 twice for that $1,000. It's $399, only $100 more. And if you come in G1000 one upgrade, all you have to do is pay the difference. So it's only $100 in the first place. Again, man, these are ratios. That's just ridiculous. I'm going to make $2,000 commissions. I'm going to get paid the full amount. Each and every $2,000 commission I make, or $1,000 or whatever it's going to be. And there's only a one-time payment ever that I got to pay to Paul Stevenson and the company. So to me, it's just a no-brainer. So $399 for the highest level is a one-time payment. You cannot pay anything more than that. If you came at G2000 today, the G1000 comes with it, the 500, 250, and 100. So every one of those commissions are going to be yours. Now, if you go with somebody else, you're going to have to lose your first person at whatever level is your highest level to come in at. If you come in with me at G1000, G2000, I'm literally going to get you qualified. So every person, every commission is going to be yours. So that's something I've been giving my team for a long time. That's me driving my little Jaguar. Exitus Elite paid for that. It was my dream car. Sapphire blue with ivory leather interior. It's got the wooden dash, wooden steering wheel. It's a sweet car. I took the top off and I was riding down the road back then. It's pretty sweet. Okay, number 2, y'all. I'm going to cover this a little bit better here. I say it so quickly, a lot of times videos, I'm just going to take time to actually explain it. No monthly fees ever, y'all. Now, again, Power Elite Systems has been the backbone business to everything I do. It makes me stand out. I make great money in my primary businesses over the years, right? But without Power Elite Systems, would I have made that money? Absolutely not. But you're also looking at paying a monthly fee. Now, if I get 2 or 3 people inside of Power Elite Systems underneath me, it pays for itself because it's $53 a month. If you make $20 per for each one off of gold, it takes care of itself. And then if you want to upgrade, you can just buy those individually, and they change that every so often about how that goes. Honestly, y'all, I've never really cared about making a lot of money in Power Elite Systems. The retention rate, and I'm just going to tell you the guys on the truth, the retention rate is not the best. But I don't care. All I wanted was to make me stand out. And if somebody wants to do what I'm doing, then great. They can have my share codes, things of that nature, and go through there. I can show them exactly how to do all this stuff. So they have the exact same page as I do. They can go through, edit it, put their own videos in, whatever you want to do. That's great. But there is monthly fees in this. And I've been with them since February of 2015. So literally, y'all, this month, matter of fact, makes 10 years of $53 a month of what I would be paying if I was paying. But because I've still got some members underneath me, it's taking care of itself. So that's pretty sweet, but it's still a monthly fee. Where Exitus Elite, y'all, I've been with them since August 1st, 2016. There's never been a monthly fee of any sorts. And Paul Stevenson used to do that the yearly admin fee. That's gone. He took that out as well. So it's just a one-time payment ever for the, whatever level you come in at. So that's pretty awesome. So monthly fees are never here at Exitus Elite. And thank God, y'all, that's absolutely awesome. What it means, y'all, is if you want to come in running, great, you got an awesome business, all sorts of things, you can brag about it. But at the same time, if you weren't ready or something happened, or a year from now you come back, and I see people do this, y'all, contact me, say, hey man, I forgot how to log in. Well, I still got usually got some information to help them out or whatever, or show them how to go back, Paul Stevenson and Jacob, his son, to do support and get all the information they need so they can log in. But ain't it awesome they have to pay anything? Did it lose their membership because they didn't pay for this month or anything in the last year? So again, there's a lot of strength for not having monthly and yearly fees. It's right by itself. Okay. Still have weekly webinars. Y'all, matter of fact, I got an email today, notification tomorrow, and it reminds you that you go ahead and register, and you get a special registered. I tried to let somebody else watch one, a guy named Tony, and he's probably going to watch this as well, Anthony or Tony, whichever one you want to go by. Excuse me. And to be honest, y'all, I try to give him the link so he could watch it. And these are personally for you. So he couldn't get in to watch it. So Paul Stevenson reached out to him, couldn't get him on the phone, and was going to let him know, if you what you plan on doing with this, and then send him a link. So he actually sent him a link to one of the other webinars, so he wouldn't have to wait, or he could actually watch the webinar itself. I think he was at work or something, and didn't get a chance to do that. But again, this is me reaching out to Paul Stevenson, saying, "Hey, Paul, there's a guy he really wants to watch the webinars. Is there anything you can do to help me?" And and that's what he does, y'all. But I did not realize that they are personal registrations to allow you to get in. So when you watch the webinar, so that's pretty sweet right by itself too. So still have weekly webinars. Paul Stevenson's one that controls them. He goes through the time to make sure that all the pages and everything go. Have music at the beginning. Explains everything. Whatever boards he's going to have in the background, explaining all that. Sometimes we'll actually have a guest, which could be from another company, the owner of a company or something like that, or it could be one of the guys inside of the business that's been real successful. That would be just doing an interview and giving you some training as well from somebody who's from within. That's pretty awesome. I've actually seen times where the owner would have the lawyer, and he will come in and tell you some of the changes because of the fact that he's a lawyer for online business, and Paul knows that, and that's the reason he was hired. It's what he does. You get a chance to hear somebody saying, "Hey, look, the SEC really doesn't like this part, so I would suggest us doing this." And, things of that nature. And you get to talk directly to the lawyer himself, finding out what is the best thing to do for 2025, 26, 20, whatever the year's going to be, because things do change and evolve in businesses. But again, isn't that awesome, y'all, that you get the chance to see something like that? And Paul pays his lawyer to do this. I mean, what's better than that, y'all? It's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. We get paid immediately, y'all. I've done businesses where I had to jump through hoops, and then when they did pay me, you had to pay out a percentage and stuff like that. You had to reach a certain amount. I use Udemy right now, and Udemy, because my downline winds up, a lot of people don't do paid advertising, and anybody that comes up and signs up underneath me, I get 15% commissions for life. So I've got people from literally from 2015 or even 2014. October is my first week in online business ever of 2014. So whoever come in during that time frame, they're not even, probably a lot of them ain't even doing the businesses I was doing because they signed up underneath it a long time ago. Some of them may be, But the point is, I still want to get 15% commissions for life, just for that alone, which is pretty sweet. But for me to get paid out, if a guy comes in and it's $20 today I would have made, I can't do a payout. It's got to be $25, and I got to pay 2% of that goes back to it. So maybe once every week or so, I'll get it above that amount. I mean, whatever, maybe about $100, maybe $100, maybe more than that. Sometimes I had $1,100-$1,200 in a month. I've had $1,700 one time, but it's not normal. I'm saying? I've actually been one of the top distributors for Udemy, and I don't even do paid advertising. So that's pretty cool, to have somebody that's going through that, that's doing that. But nevertheless, you see what I'm saying? We get paid immediately. I don't have to jump through any hoops. Literally, they could either send me a check. I can do what do you call it? People do. Well, of course, I got PayPal. I got Cash App. There's something particular I use that goes through the bank. I can't remember what it is. I've got a page dedicated to it. As a matter of fact, let people pick which is which. But the fact that things have changed over the years, what used to be one of the best pay sources may not be the best pay source anymore. And I give that, and I explained that where things have really evolved over the years. PayPal used to be really good, but they're expensive now. I've seen times where I would make a $2,000 commission and it'll cost me almost, if not $100 to make that money. So obviously when there's Cash App, and I can't think of the other one. I swear it's killing me right now. But there's another one you go through your bank. Everybody's got Zelle. Is it Zelle? Yeah, Zelle. If you go through Zelle, I kept thinking V for some reason. I knew that one right. Veil or something. But if you go through Zelle, it's debit to debit. And that's really awesome if you're in your country, if you're your own country. If you cannot do your own country, and, in other words, if you're in Canada, it's debit to debit in Canada. UK is debit to debit in UK. You can't go from the UK to United States. But if you're making a sale from just the United States itself, and that's where you're in, then you can do debit to debit and don't cost you anything. and Cash App as well. You can pay a little bit and have it now, or you can go ahead and wait a couple of days and have it sent. But either way, y'all, you're looking at $1,000, $2,000 commissions. Walmart to Walmart, if you're the one that's actually getting it, doesn't cost you anything. I think for $1,000, $2,000, I think it was like $8 or something like for someone to send it. So very little money, and they can obviously work, from Walmart to Walmart. So there's all sorts of different ways of getting paid that work well. If I got somebody in another country that doesn't do PayPal, usually in those countries they're usually a little bit more strict. I had people before try to send me money directly from their bank account, and it wouldn't even allow it because of the restrictions from their country itself. So this is when Western Union is really powerful, in my opinion, and these people can go ahead and jump in, don't have to wait. Last thing in the world you want to do is have people give up trying to pay you. So do give your people options, and keep in mind, I just gave you a big pointers right there. Western Union will get you people from like parts of Africa that does not allow PayPal. I'm not saying you got to have PayPal. I'm just saying usually those countries that don't allow PayPal are the exact same countries that have those restrictions. And I've had people even break down, sending me $500 for 4 days in a row. And it's not me, it's not them, it's their country and the restrictions that they allow or have. Some little things like that, y'all. Let's see here. So getting paid immediately is absolutely awesome. We get to pick. We get to pick how we want to get paid. So I just described that as well. Compared to so many different places, just like I said, Udemy, it's nice to be getting those commissions for over 10 years like I have. That's great. But at the same time, there's a portion each and every time that they're going to make off the top of it that I don't have to worry about. Think about that. If they're charging me 2% for this amount, how much is 2% at $2,000? You see what I'm saying? That winds up being a lot of money right from the get-go. So let's see. We get to pick how we want to get paid. We always make 100% commissions. Again, y'all, just because that one-time admin fee, I would much rather pay that admin fee. And I've seen other companies that try to duplicate Exitus Elite, and I'm not going to say any names or anything, but they would take a portion off of each commission as opposed to having that one-time admin fee. And I would go that one time and get it knocked out 100 times over having them take that big chunk out each and every time that somebody winds up doing, these commissions itself. So that's me personally. I would highly suggest doing that. Let's see here. We always get 100% commissions. Best managing owner ever. Again, I just described earlier when I first started this video about how Paul Stevenson, I contacted him, gave him a call. He answers the phone. It's not because I've been there with him forever. It's because he just does a good job. And he calls that guy and says, try to reach out to him to give him a link so he can go look at that webinar. Paul, a long time ago, when I first connected with him in 2016, people would call him on the phone. He would ask who was the person that showed it to him, jot their name down, talk to them, talk them into a cell, and then put them underneath you. And that would be your commission. That's the type of owner that we're talking about, y'all. And I cannot talk good enough about it. Secondly, he's got 30 years of experience as an owner in storefronts. He lives in Cocoa Beach, Florida. And I've been invited. One day I'll go down there for sure. I went to Cocoa Beach 2 years ago when I took a cruise, and just didn't ever work out to go see him or whatever. But he also has ties in with a bar grill kind of franchise or something like that down there as well. So there's times where he is working on the grill, especially when COVID first took place, and had a hard time getting people inside of the actual storefront restaurant, which is still true today. People still have problems. They don't want to work. They want to stay home and get a check. And so every once in a great while, he's got to do, whatever he's got to do. But right now, everything seems to be rolling around just fine. So we're having webinars on a regular basis. He's just the best managing owner I've ever seen. And I cannot talk good enough about him, y'all. Let's see here. And look, not only that for me, but for anybody. Anybody want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with us. Not because I've been there forever. Best support I've ever seen is Jacob, y'all. I have been number one in the world in a one-up system. I did the same thing. I put the first member in for them. I don't know how many people I put in. I put in a bunch of people, y'all. And I really put more effort in. It was only $200 commissions, and I probably should have been doing. In other words, what does that mean? I was taking the time to talk to these people on the phone, setting them up on the phone, walk them through it, and then put the first member in for them, make sure that everything was good. I was treating it like it was $1,000, $2,000 phone call inside this company, and but their support wasn't there. So if somebody called and they had a problem, it was a problem. And it was two brothers. One brother that was really kind of the face of the business, did a great job. That's the one I connected with every time. But the other brother that was behind the scenes, he's the one that actually had the LLC in his name, and he was the one in charge of support. And sometimes he was slacking or in charge of paying support. And I don't think they were doing. In other words, I had to leave. That's what I had to do. If I'm putting people in and they can't get support and it can't work, I can't be there. And so I had to leave. And the guy that, that I used to, that was really trying to help me out, he did everything he could. They had problems and had to leave. So it's just a shame to be number one in the world in a business making good money. I think I had up to $18,000 months or something like that inside that business, $200 commissions, which are pretty sweet. I get no monthly fees or anything, but the business got ran to the ground because the other brother did not support and help, and he was just taking the money, and that was it. So it was time to go. And again, I'm not going to be part of anything like that. Jacob is the best support I've ever seen. When the G2000 came out, y'all, I had just bought a 40-foot yacht, and we were at Holden Beach, North Carolina, and I wanted to take it possibly to New Bern, North Carolina. So me and my female species had left and had gone to New Bern, and we didn't know exactly when the G2000 was going to come out, and I was curious what was going to happen. So of course I'm going to be all in. I'm never going to. Anytime you get into business, y'all, you got to go all in. You got to lead by example. If you don't do that, your downline's not going to do it either. You got to lead by example and go big in your business. It's not going to be life-changing if it's not mathematically going to be that way for you. You see what I'm saying? Just like I said, that $33 business earlier, I can't make $10,000 months, where here it only takes 5 people. So, so much less work, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, and make sure these people connect with you. It was a big part of it. So, but anyhow, Jacob had contacted me and told me that the G2000 had just come out, and would he like me to go ahead and, set us up? And I was like, man, I said, to be honest, I'm going down the road right now. It's going to be a little while. This is on I-40. I think we're on I-40, heading to the new location we're going to see about possibly. And the people have been living there on the boats for like 15 years, and the actual sloop's about the same price. And I was like, it'd be really nice. It's an old town, got a lot of restaurants, everything, it's right there. Go stay on the yacht and then just, walk down to, these beautiful places. That was the idea. So Jacob looked up, found my card, and had went ahead and transferred me over. So I was G2000 because I had paid for it, right? And anytime they got a new level or something like that, they usually give you a little grace period to where you don't have to pay an admin fee. They just want people out there promoting and stuff like that, y'all. 19 minutes from the time I had gotten G2000, I still hadn't even got done driving, didn't have to lift a finger. I made my first $2,000 commission because somebody came in and was waiting at the G2000. And again, y'all, it's awesome that he reached out to me to do this. That's the type of support that you want, man. What's better than having support that cares about you the way that Jacob did? So the best support I've ever seen, y'all. Pay structure is true life-changing income, y'all. Again, let me give you an example, y'all. Let's say if I make a video and I'm not even caring about my lead numbers. I know everybody thinks that should be a big thing. It's not. To me, if I have got 5 people, let's say if I do a video and I make 100 views each, just average, right? And let's say I do videos whenever I feel like it. Maybe it's 3 times a week. Maybe it's not even that much. But within a week's time, let's say that I wind up getting 3 people that have connected with me. Just 3. I'm not talking leads. I'm just talking people that's watched the videos, say this cat's telling the truth. I can tell he's being sincere. He loves what he's doing. He's got over 1,600 videos. He's been with the business since 2016, now working on 9 years. He ain't going nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is, if you wind up taking this and I get 3 people that wind up connecting with me during that time frame in a week's time, and let's say that for a month, I'd hit the same ratios. By the end of the month, y'all, I'd have 2 people every week that is ready to do the business, and a third one that's going to do it whenever they get the money right. Now, it may take a month or now or something like that. So if you're looking at $1,000, $2,000 commissions, which is the average inside this company, then you're literally looking at anywhere from $2,000, $4,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 to $20,000 a month and all I was doing was very few leads. And that's the difference between finding a business that you believe in, positioning yourself to make life-changing income, and getting out there, as opposed to me killing myself, having to get every person in a zip code for that $33 commissions to try to make that lower amount of money. And that's how it works, y'all. Now, the ones that want to come in, they will eventually get in, but it has a lot to do with you. So if you got that ball rolling and keep on going and you keep on making videos, when the time's right, they're going to come in. If you quit and just disappear, they're going to do the same. That's just how it works, y'all. It's a lot like, to me, like fishing. You throw it out there and, you got a fish that's coming up and you just stop and it goes away. Well, people are the same way. They want to know that you are in this. So you got to be a beacon for what you're doing. In my timeline on Facebook, you go back for years and years and years, and you're going to see where I've just been a beacon for Exitus Elite itself. And that's what it's about, y'all. Just continue to put the work in. There's no real reason for me to go anywhere else, y'all. And I've been with it since 2016 because there's nothing better. There just ain't. Get paid immediately. Get to pick out and get paid. Always make 100% commissions. I put your first member in before you get the G1000, G2000. Go big in your business. No monthly fees, no yearly fees. The best owner, the best support. The money ratios are ridiculous. For the amount of money that Exitus Elite makes compared to this, yes, the SEC and everybody's looked at this. There's so much. It takes all the pressure off of the company when we pay, you pay each other directly, as opposed to Paul Stevenson having PayPal send us money or something like that. It takes all the pressure off of the company itself. So there's so many reasons that you want to do this business. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this into an end, y'all. I'm going to probably do some more training videos really soon. If you are ready to come into Exitus Elite, y'all, I know this is what my traditional looking videos are like, but here I'm talking about what makes Exitus Elite great. The exact same things I just talked about in that video as well. If you want to watch other videos, y'all, just go to my channel. Just pick a video. It ain't going to matter whichever one. I'm pretty much going to cover and show you a stupid amount of income that's been made in the process. So this is life-changing income for 2025 as well, and I'm ready to keep on running. That's for sure. So with that being said, y'all, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Put a like, make a comment down there. If you ask any questions, if there's any videos you'd like me to make specifically or cover something, let me know. This is what I'm here to do, y'all. Absolutely. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I definitely look forward to seeing you part of the team. Appreciate it.